Bam! It's a special edition. It's Monday. It's 6. None of these things make sense for That's Cool Drink, but we're doing a special edition. Daniel, who is getting his laptop all plugged in and everything, is fresh, air
Yes.
quotes, off of a
Working
trip to Thailand.
Yes.
And we're going to hear all about that. And you are on the cusp of also going to India. So you are
Yeah.
now the international man of mystery and racing and motorsports, and we can't wait to hear it, like all about it. It's going to be awesome. So real quick, let me just do a quick little countdown deal, and we will come back and we'll tell you all about it. Welcome to a special Monday edition. That's Cool Drink, and like I said, I'm giving Daniel his soapbox, and we are going to hear about it. And I can't wait, man. But let's get this rolling, and we'll make it happen here tonight. Bam! All right.
Yo, we're here.
Dude, we're here. We're making it happen. We got some people. Got the old the dirty dirty panthy. I'm sorry. Wow, dirty panda in the house.
Dude,
And
that
Neil
guy's
from Bank
that guy's
Shift.
that Richard Edward has come in clutch for me this year.
Yeah, that dude is gangster as hell. So
Yeah.
man, tell us what in the hell? What have you been doing? Where are you at now? Where are you going next? Man, and what is with this diesel Isuzu pickup truck?
Well, man, life's crazy. I can tell you that. And you know, you've been following me for 3-4 years now.
Oh yeah.
Anytime we have a conversation on Messenger or in private, there's always something crazy going on. You know that. I always got something.
For sure, man. For sure.
I don't have any sleeves on right now, but
It's
there's always
wild.
something up my sleeve.
It always seems like, okay, whatever, Daniel, like that seems cool. And then like you do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now nothing surprises me. Nothing at all. Whatever you say that is going to happen is going to happen. And and I'm here for it. And I'm here to show the world what's going down here and whatnot. But talk to us about it, man. What have you been doing? What in the heck's going on? Why Thailand? Why a diesel Isuzu Pro Mod? Why are you going to India? Why are you a crazy person?
Well, I'm a crazy person for one reason, and that's because of the people watching this live stream. And I want to start off with that, okay? I do the unthinkable because people in this world don't think about it. And if they do think about it, it's not achievable. And I'm like, well, if someone else has done it, then I can do it, and I make it happen. So just a few weeks ago, we took a trip overseas and made some pretty cool waves, let's say. It's kind of humbling because over the last year, I've really been thinking, I'm like, you know what? The internet has no boundaries. The whole world is connected by internet. So why are we just stuck in the United States covering motorsports? And why are we not stuck, but why are we limited to the United States? Okay. So I got to thinking, and I got to networking with some people over in Thailand, and Parker Mitchell was kind of like a little nudge to it because he bought a boat from Thailand and had him build it. And something similar
Not
to
that one, but one like this.
Something similar to that. Absolutely. And he reached out to us and he says, hey, I reached out to him and I said, hey, I know I'm in the diesel industry. Let me help you assemble that engine because I know you can't, you know what I mean? Like, I know that we're capable of doing it. Not that
Right. You've got you've
right,
got a long history in diesel stuff, and you've got a lot
right,
of kind of people connected in the diesel world, and
yeah,
those things are turbo diesel powered.
right,
So I'm sure it was and even right up to the last, I remember him firing the thing up. He's like, I'm looking for an oil filter that fits this thing. Like none of
right,
it's off the shelf parts. Like it's all stuff that if it doesn't work, you got to make it work, and you're kind
yeah,
of the dude to make that happen.
right. And so him and I partnered together on assembling the engine for that boat, and that helped me get contacts over in the Thailand motorsports industry. And so I was like, okay. And I started making friends with the people. And then I started networking with their friends and networking with their friends. And I started building a network of people over there. And I was like, you know what? These people are just like you and I. I'm like, this is cool. We speak a different language, but
But
they're like you
we
and I.
still speak the same language at the bottom of it. When you
Yeah.
push your the skinny pedal down and it makes
Right.
cool scoo noises, that's the same. I mean,
You know what's funny? It doesn't matter if you're speaking Japanese, Chinese, or Thai or Vietnamese. Turbo sounds are the same.
it's the universal sound of love. It really is. And
It is.
horsepower is horsepower.
Yeah.
And I know
Right.
they do a lot of it with the diesel stuff over there,
Yeah.
and you even got the chance to cover like a diesel truck race.
Right. That was pretty cool. Well, we'll definitely get into that. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
for
That
sure. But
was
like that's a lot of their world is
yeah.
diesel powered.
Right.
It just has to be.
Yeah. So I had a schedule and so a couple dates freed up for me, and they have a big diesel race over in Thailand, and the the dates just lined up, and I was like, you know what? Like, why am I going to wait? I've already been talking to them. We already built the truck, so we bought a used chassis that another shop was selling, and we built an engine, put it in it, and so the truck was sitting there, and I was like, well, I got a couple dates freed up. I'm not doing anything. And you and I both know if I have an open date on my schedule, I'm trying to fill it with something.
You're doing something, dude. Like you are king hustle. You are definitely making something happen no matter what.
Yeah. So the date freed up. I jumped on an airplane and I was like, hey, I'm out of here. So I flew 27 hours over there. I landed, and I'll tell you what, it was first class service from the time that I landed to the time that they took me back to the airport. Yeah, exactly. That was us racing go-karts.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that was us racing go-karts.
But just instant family. It seems like they kind of accepted you. You accepted
yeah,
them.
I was talking to him for like 6 months, so we became really good friends, and we became like we talk every single day. It's crazy.
Awesome.
It's like my best friend lives 8,000 miles away, and we talk every single day. And so
awesome.
when I got there, it was like, whoa, dude, you're taller than what I thought you were.
Right.
But it's cool to see you finally. And we were both, his name is Bass, and we were both kind of like starstruck, I guess. We were like, oh my gosh, you're real. And he's never had a foreigner friend. So, and obviously people on the other side of the world, they want to come over here and we want to go over there. So the reality finally hit when I landed in Thailand. So it was like, okay. But as you and I both know, motorsports, there's Bass right there. See, it's morning time. It's morning time over there.
It's morning time. He woke up early to watch us talk about him.
There's going to be a lot of people watching. Then we'll get to that. So I landed over there like 9 p.m. We got to the shop at like 11 p.m. They had the truck all torn apart. Again, as you and I both know, in motorsports, nothing ever goes as we want it to.
Right. You make the plan, and then you get punched in the face, and then
right. We had some transmission issues, so we had to take the transmission out like 4 different times. We finally got it all figured out, but it wasn't. It's not easy, and that's one thing that I learned to being over there is motorsports. It's all the same. It's not easy. They have so much heart and dedication into their programs as we do over here. That's what humbled me so much. I'm like, wow, you guys are putting.
I think sometimes maybe even more because they have such less availability for parts. They make a lot of their own stuff a lot of the time, I think, and they're super resourceful. It's a different thing. So they like literally have their blood, sweat, and tears in this stuff. It's a different thing.
And they take immense pride in what they do, and they want to make sure when the foreigner came over that everything was perfect.
Right.
And there was times when it wasn't, and there was times when it was like, I'm sorry, we didn't do this or that or whatever. I'm like, dude, I'm just here for the ride.
Like, I'm along for the ride. Like if you would have ridden with me a couple of years ago, you would have been seeing me push my car around. Like that's
right.
That's how this works.
So
and it's part of it.
Yeah. So I ended up buying a truck over there and investing into their program. And we took the truck out on Friday night after thrashing for 20 something hours to get the truck ready. We took it out Friday night. It's crazy. This truck, literally, I don't know if do you have a picture of the truck?
I do. I've got some pictures of it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But tell us about it. Like, what is it?
That's a good picture there. So it is a 4JJ1 4-cylinder diesel Isuzu engine. There it is. Yeah, let's hold off on that one, right? Let's hold that one real quick.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-cylinder inline 4-cylinder engine. It's a baby D-Max, a Duramax engine. Right. But the turbo, if you see the turbo over there, that turbo is no bigger than, I would say, 4-inch around. It's small.
Oh, like the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah. I'm telling you, that's probably a turbo off of it's off of an Isuzu engine, but for the States, I would say that's probably like a Volkswagen Golf turbo, or something similar to that. They make over 800 horsepower on that little turbo.
Wow.
Yeah. If we do the math right, we haven't put the truck on the dyno yet, but the time that we put in the quarter mile versus the weight, you guys know the calculation. It pulls out to about 800 horsepower.
That's crazy.
And the truck will pull a 126 60 foot. Yeah, it ran 126 60 foot, and as you guys can see in that photo there, we have a lot of chassis work to do.
Right. It's doing the stanky leg there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And that was a 132 60 foot on that one right there.
So all of the timing and everything's identical. It's 60 foot, 330 eighth mile, 1,000 foot quarter mile.
Yep. Run a quarter mile. Ran eight.
I always wondered that in like a metric country, do they do some kilometer?
I think they measure it in meters, but they're still measuring at the same points that we measure.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But Blaine's calling you out already.
Hey, dude, when that thing gets over here in the States, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to line up with it.
Blaine's got the Isuzu with the LT, the direct injected motor and a turbo.
Oh, nice.
It's like a mid 8-second drag and drive ride, so it'd probably be a good little matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. If we put an air to air intercooler on this truck, it would be drivable, daily drivable.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. I'm here for that for sure.
So when I showed up, it was like I kind of flew in like under the radar. I didn't really tell a whole bunch of people. I didn't advertise in Thailand that, hey, I'm showing up, But when you had another video of me sitting in the truck, or a picture, sorry.
Yeah.
So when we showed up on Friday night, they had another driver there, and they wanted that driver to do some shakedown passes, which is reasonable. like, hey, dude, I don't know how to drive this right-hand drive stick shift truck. I don't know how to do it. So we allowed him to make a couple passes in the truck just to get shakedown and say, hey, yeah, you know what? This truck is good. It's good to go. Well, then it was my turn. Then it was my turn. And I haven't been in the driver's seat for probably, I don't know, 2 years. My stuff's been under works. So I was a little bit nervous, and it is 90 degrees, 110% humidity, and I'm in my, my full race suit, and I am sweating. And that's what that picture is showing. Dude, I'm pouring sweat. And the guy in the blue shirt is our translator. And then you got and then Bass is in the black shirt. And then everywhere I went in Thailand, there was a camera in my face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everywhere I went, I was like, oh,
and
man,
hence
yeah. Yep. You always that's the thing. Like that's the move right there.
Right. It's that or this. That's
yes. And so anyways, I made one pass in the truck, and that pretty much broke the internet in Thailand.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I had like 1,800 new followers overnight.
That's crazy.
It was
and they threw it down. Like they were all about it. Like you were waving a flag. They had a flag put up in the pits.
That was me. That was me right there. So I'll tell you a story about that one. So the flag came about. So we were staying right next to the racetrack, which is right outside of Bangkok. And I was like, hey, you know what, dude? Like, I got to have a flag. So I got on the internet and I was looking up flag stores. Well, Bangkok has 3 international flag stores. So I showed up so I drove, I bypassed the tolls because I didn't have no like of their money. I gave my money to Bass so he could pay for all the like food and stuff like that. And so I didn't have any money, and so I like bypassed all. I went through the fast lane of all the tolls. So Bass, you're gonna be getting that ticket, buddy. Anyways, so I went to the international flag store, but keep in mind I didn't have none of their money, and it's literally like a hole in the wall store. I was like, hey, do you take Visa? They're like, no, in their language, and I'm like, okay, how much is it? And it was like $11 with the pole. It was like $11. Okay. I was like, okay, well, I only have U.S. money. Will you take U.S. money? No, we won't take U.S. money. I said, how about I pay you triple the amount if you take U.S. money? They're like, yeah, sounds like a good deal.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, so I ended up paying for the flagpole and the flag. I ended up paying like $35 for it. But I was like, I would have paid the same in the U.S. So heck,
so whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's net zero. Who cares?
Right. So
you probably made their whole day.
Oh yeah, dude. He probably closed up shop and he's like, I'm done. I sold my quota for the day.
I got $35, man.
Right. And we'll get to that point because $35 goes a long ways. A long ways.
I'll bet.
I got the flag. I got the flagpole, and I took it over to our pits and I put it up there for a couple different reasons. One reason was I wanted people to know where we were at.
Right.
Because, there's 200 trucks there. Not everybody's going to know exactly where we're at. So
which one you're at, right.
Right. So if I post my flag, people know where I'm at. They can come over and talk with us. That worked. Second thing is I wanted to take it out on the starting line, which I did, to unify and to connect the dots around the world, symbolizing that we have shown up and we're here to party. And that's what we did. Right. And when I went out there with the flag, I'm telling you what, that stadium, that arena, Kyle of 1320 did a video a couple months back describing that place, and it's concrete and everyone's standing like and sitting above you. They're all looking down on you.
Okay. So it's like a bowl.
Yeah, it's a bowl and they're all looking down on you. when I walked out there with the American flag, there was at least 1,000 people there, and everybody erupted into cheering.
That's
And
awesome.
when I was never in the service, I didn't have that patriotic timing of my life. I say, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think we
yeah,
talked about that when I had you on your first time.
right,
The timing just didn't line up.
right. And so to be able to go to another country and stake your presence and to be welcomed as I was just like so humbling. I just can't I just can't even describe it. Like I get goosebumps even just talking about it because they were so welcoming. They're like, "We are so glad you're here." I'm like,
It's
I'm just
just
like,
it's got to be the best vacation ever because not only are you in Thailand and Thailand, it's
right,
people go there all the time to party. Like
yeah,
Kyle from 1320 went there to party and
right,
basically was like, they'll party as hard as you want to party, like whatever your level is, like they got
yeah,
you set up. But you had that, and also had this new best friend group, and
yeah,
on top of that, an awesome truck that you get to like rally around and work
right,
around and drive, and
right.
that's sweet. That's such a cool deal.
And Kyle and I are really good friends, and I don't want to take anything away from the media that has brought attention to Thailand, but it's a different thing, dude. When you sit in a truck and you race, it's a totally different acceptance. They're like, okay, you're one of us.
Right,
You're
right.
not
You're
just here.
not
You're not just here to publicize our stuff. And again, I'm not discrediting anybody for going over there and
for
showing their
sure.
content. They need it. We want it. Bring it. But when you get in that vehicle and you race, like you're totally different on a totally different level.
Right, right.
Because you got the blood, sweat, and tears in with it. I'm in there changing transmissions with them. We don't know
I
how to
understand.
talk
Yeah.
to each other, but we're translating it.
Yep. You figure exactly. You figure it out. Like this needs
Yeah,
to happen, and this needs to happen, and
right.
whatever. You'll
Yeah.
do it.
So, anyways, that was Friday night. I woke up Saturday. My phone was blowing up. News channels are calling the shop. People are showing up to his shop, and it was just amazing deal we had going on.
It's
A
so
little
cool.
overwhelming, but it was good.
Yeah, like you look like a rock star.
I was trying, and I love that shirt. Shout out to PFI Speed. That
PFI Speed, man.
we need more of those shirts. Put them back on sale.
Yes, sir.
Everybody loves that shirt. And now that you mentioned you bring that up, okay? People want to go to Thailand. People want to adventure outside of the United States. You say, "Oh, you're living it up like a rock star." Let me tell you something. That hotel that I stayed at was $36 a night.
Right.
Right.
And it was gangster.
And it was real gangster. $36 a night, and you're staying in like four-star places,
Oh yeah.
But people, when they look at the whole thing, like, oh, there's no way I can do that. Well, actually there is, if you play your cards right.
Mm-hmm.
I networked for 6-7 months to get in the inner circle, per se, to find the cheap hotels, not the resorts that cost you US dollar $200, $300 a night.
Right.
We stayed at one place. We rented an Airbnb one night. It was like $500, hosted 20 people. We had the whole team there, and it was $500 a night, 20 people
for
on
20
the beach.
people. Right.
So you guys do the math on that. Anyways, it's reasonable, and people say, Richard says, well, the flight hurts. Well, you know what? That was the biggest cost of it all. that was like once I got there, I didn't like Bass gave me the invoice at the end of the trip. He's like, "Yeah, dude, you owe me $1,500." I said, "What? For 11 days, I owe you $1,500?" I was like, "You got to be missing something." He's like, "No, that's it. It's $1,500." I'm like, "Cool. I'm not going to tell you any different." And I asked him,
cash. You want American? Let's go.
I'm like, "So for $4,500, I can have an 11-day trip in Thailand? Shoot, bring it on." You know,
I mean, that's what you would spend on an 11-day Dragon Drive.
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
If
So
you were going to do a 2-week or two back to back, it'd be that same money.
So it's just kind of where do you allocate your money versus, what you can truly do with it if you just think outside the box. So, anyways,
absolutely, and like you said earlier, like you hustle a bunch, and I mean, you can pick up stuff, and if you need to know how that's done, like just look around, man. Look at the people that are constantly posting, looking for work, and or posting work that they have that they can't do.
Right.
That's a dude like you.
Yeah, I'm always posting work. If someone needs a job or a little bit of work, you hit me up in the DM. I always got something that someone can do. We're really busy right now with the hurricane season. So
right.
And then always,
Richard, you just don't pay those bills. It's fine. You just let those. They won't shut your stuff off for like 3 months. You'll be all right.
Yeah, who needs internet for 3 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh. But anyways, overall, the experience was great. We even went to the circuit race. If you want to pull that one up.
Yeah, definitely. So you got a media badge, right, or a media pass? So here you are.
Yeah.
And has anyone mentioned to you today that you're not Amish? I just wanted to let you know.
I've changed though. I flipped a new deal.
And I don't think I've got a picture of it yet, so I'm going to get one before we get going.
I'll get you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fire me over one. But yeah, man. So I mean, you've got you're not Amish. You end up with a media pass to this, and you what kind of race is it? You said
it was a circuit race, like I don't know how I call it a circuit race, but it's more like F1 style racing, but not with F1 cars. Where they shut down city streets and they made a road course out of it. And one of the biggest popular classes there is Isuzu diesel trucks.
And now you own an Isuzu diesel truck, so I mean,
right?
It's got to be good, right? Like you're basically there.
And Bass has a bunch of connections in the diesel racing circuit over there. So I also networked and I talked to some pretty higher up people and to get that media badge. So I had to network my way through, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're from the United States. You want to cover our event? Perfect. Come on over." I was like, "Cool.
Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I got front row action on that. A ton of photos.
Yeah, and I'm looking for that photo you took. Oh, here's one of them. You're in turn 18, right in the middle of the action. That's sweet, dude.
Right in it. And what's crazy is I'm on the other side of the world doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, who would ever thought the guy in a diesel truck on a Dragon Drive 3 years ago would be on the other side of the world covering motorsports? Like, yeah, I was broke down on the side of the road, bro.
Yeah, man. And here's the new and improved.
That's the new hat. That's the new hat.
That is. It is. So you're not only not Amish, you're also not Thai. So you're not Amish, not Thai. And so now I have to keep reminding you that you're neither of those things when you keep posting photos of you in Amish hats and Thai hats.
Yeah. But the hat
I just gotta keep your feet on the ground because you keep thinking you're Amish and Thai, and I need to keep reminding you.
But you know what though? that trademark has done us well.
Yes, it has. Yes,
that,
it
that
has.
that trademark has done us well. Not a lot of people pass up an Amish or a Thai hat. So
No, no, they certainly don't. And with, I mean,
you
you
know it,
look like a movie star there. I mean, you
it's
really
there.
do. The shirt
You
fits nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing is on my way home, I was wearing a hat when I was flying, and flew into Tokyo, and I had like 6 people tell me I had a really nice hat.
See, then you must have a really nice hat. I mean, that's how you know. That
That
is how
is
you know.
that is how you know you
Oh
got a nice
man.
hat. They're like, man, that's a really nice hat. I'm like, thank you very much.
So,
Anyways, uh,
oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Go for it.
uh, there was some question and um, about the style. How do I want to say it? People question the safety and the procedures on how Thailand people race,
Okay.
and we need to talk about it. Okay,
So, like, you're talking like their tech inspection, etc.
tech inspection, the way that they do their burnouts,
Okay.
the how they hold the truck while it's staging. Um, I want to clear the air right now. Those people are not stupid, and they're not ignorant, and they're not dangerous. Okay, it might be that way to visually to an American person because we've been told over and over and over that it's not smart or it's not right. You know what I mean? But the guy standing in front of the truck holding the truck back while it's doing a burnout, there's only been 3 people ever hurt doing that.
Right.
So who's right and who's wrong? Were the 3 people that did it, were they not smart enough to do it correctly? Or did something just go haywire and not work? And when I post pictures of that stuff, or we post videos of it, those people get so much hate because of the way that they operate.
Well,
Does
that's
that
that's
make
their
sense?
norm. It's just they're not
Right,
us and we're not them, and that's
right.
okay. Like,
And
they
but
eat
I
weird
want
stuff that we think is weird, and we eat stuff
right,
that they think is weird. It's okay. We have our customs, and if
yeah,
you're racing in their backyard, then you do what they do.
yeah. And as I've connected the globe now, it's not okay for us to downgrade them or talk down on them because of the way that they do things.
Right.
So the guy holding the truck back while it's doing a burnout, he's doing that because, for one, they have a line lock. It does work, but the technology and the braking system is not 100% there. So when you hit the line lock and you start doing your burnout, it actually your tires are getting so much grip that it pushes the front tires. They don't roll. It just kind of pushes your tires.
Right.
It happens here too. They've come up with their solution on holding holding the truck. So it is what it is, guys.
If it works, it works. Whatever.
It works for them. It's not, it might be a little bit dangerous, but it's not something that we need to talk down on them about. So anyone listening, that's the reason they do it. There's no reason to talk down on them. The second thing is, and this is one thing that the whole internet goes crazy about. Why are they holding the truck while it's staging? Why do they hold the back of the truck while he's revving up the engine and he takes off? Well, because they don't have a handbrake and they're manual stick shift trucks. So he doesn't have a handbrake and he has 3 pedals and only 2 feet. He doesn't want to roll through the beams to start the clock. So his buddy holds the truck steady until he's ready to go.
Right.
Sounds pretty realistic. Sounds, you know what I mean? Sounds like a good idea
I've
to
had
me.
that happen to me before, with a stick shift car.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just
Right.
wanted to clear the air here on the That's Cool Drink show. That's why they're doing it. There's no reason why we need to talk down on them. Okay. So let's just hash it out right now. We're done with it. Okay. They're safe. They're not getting hurt. We're a little bit sheltered in our ways of doing things. Let's just let it be. Okay.
Well, and I mean, you look at videos and movies and stuff from like the 50s, they all did that back,
Yeah.
So it's whatever, man. It is what it
It
is.
is.
And yeah,
It is.
no hate from us. And I mean, if you're getting hate, then that's on them. They don't have
It
to
is
go to
what it
Thailand
is.
and go race. That's fine.
Right.
You can do that.
I am. I'm going back for like
When are
8
you
months.
going? In 8
No,
months?
yeah, no, I'm going back in November, December.
Okay. Here's my thought: is you need to bring Bass out when you bring the truck back out for a drag and drive, and he needs to be your co-pilot.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Right?
That would be fun.
And
That'd
show him how we race for a week and
right.
do insane stuff with your diesel powered automobile.
We're in the works. Now I'll tell you one thing, and it may be a personality thing of Mr. Bass Shop over there, but he doesn't. If I hint to him something, I'm like, hey, dude, you should probably get your visa. He's like, they don't act very fast over there. They're on Thai time. They're not on
Right.
my time.
Right.
But he does. Him and his 4 guys do have a interview in October at the embassy to come over here.
Sweet.
So, yep. So that was a pretty cool moment right there too. That's the whole team, and we got 4th place in the race. We'll wrap back around to the race results. We got 4th place, but we do have a competitive truck. Everyone runs an 8.7 to an 8.8, so that's his team right there. The driver is holding the flag.
Okay.
Yep, and Bass is the one standing right next to me. Standing next to me, he's on the right. His main mechanic is on the left. And yeah, the
awesome.
other guys are just hands. One guy crouched down on the left. He's another driver. He drives pretty fast F-55 truck over there. So
Toyota.
Yeah,
Wait.
no. It's just a different class. The same style chassis, just a bigger turbo, an F-55 turbo.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So that's how they have their classes, is by turbo size, and that's why this thing has such a small turbo.
Yep, turbo size restriction and tires. The
Okay.
F-55 class can run a drag slick. We're stuck on radials.
Okay, got it. How was it? Just again, as an outsider looking in, how was the track, like the prep and all of that sort of stuff, and what was the experience driving down a track in a totally different country on the wrong side of the truck?
That experience was pretty cool. I got, I'm not a very emotional person, but I did get emotional driving down the track in that truck on the wrong side because just of what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, I'm over here driving this truck down the track. So I didn't make a complete full pass. We have some adjustments to make to the clutch pedal, but once they make those adjustments to the truck, I'll be able to race it full time over there. But it was an emotional time, man. Like it was crazy. It was crazy emotional time. The track conditions, pour your own prep, no prep surface. That's exactly what it is. Yep. It's a no glue on the track and you're pouring your own prep. So
that's awesome. So it's kind of no prep, like esque.
Yeah.
And you're on your own. Good luck.
You're on your own. We haven't scraped the track in about 5 years. Good luck. And we just let the rain wash away the dirt.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it looks like the thing hooks good. Like it's taking a bunch of power there for sure.
It is. It's probably taking 600 horsepower right there. We have some chassis adjustments. We're working with a few guys here in the States. I've reached out to them. with the chassis specs, and we're definitely going to get that thing down the track, straight. That's one thing that the United States knows how to do is get a radial tire down a no prep surface, and we've hired the big guns to come in and help us do it. And I'll tell you now, if you got a passport and you're not how to tune a chassis, you might have a plane ticket to Thailand. So
yeah, I mean,
it would be great,
and then this could be you.
That could be us. That was a team building situation there. That was on Sunday, I think it was. Sunday? No. Monday. That was on Monday, and a week from ago. And we got on to some 600 horsepower Thai boats and decided to go rip up the waters. So
hell yeah, dude! And this is not not unlike what Parker brought in.
No, it's very similar.
Yep. Yeah, you helped with that kind of deal. But these are the engine's actually on that rod that he's holding, right? And that's what modulates how fast the thing goes. It pretty much just sits pinned wide open throttle.
Yeah, right. They're on a pivot table. And so if you want to go faster, you hit the throttle, you put the long tail down in the water, and you go.
Right. And I mean, you go like them things are no joke.
Oh yeah, dude. We're doing like 70, 80 miles an hour on a wooden canoe.
Right. Exactly.
Those things are no joke. But Parker Mitchell, he'll have some videos coming out of his boat he has here in the States, and that thing is ripper. That thing is going to be a ripper. But no, that was fun. We were out racing the boats side by side in about a 2-lane highway. No, it was a 2-lane road, not a highway. Had no shoulder canal, and we're just ripping those boats up and down. So that was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
That
is so awesome.
Yeah. So.
In keeping the international kind of flavor, you're going to India in a month.
Yeah.
So you just got back from Thailand, and now you're gonna flip around and you're gonna do something completely different. And Garrett wants to know what your rickshaw is going to look like.
Garrett, he knows what it is because he's the one designing it. Hey, slide that picture into Adam's DM real quick, and we'll get that picture up. We can let the American people know what it's going to look like. He's the one that's designing it. Anyways, international travels. Again, like I said, I am the messenger, man. I've taken it upon myself to travel the world and devour motorsports and share it with you guys. So our next trip is,
you're doing some. This is going to be nuts. Like this trip is going to be nuts. Yeah,
really crazy. So to put it into American terms, is we have rented a Cushman 3-wheeler, 10 horsepower, not the car, the Cushman, 3-wheeler, and we're going to try
the car.
Not the car, the Cushman right next to it on the right. We're going to drive that thing 2,700 miles from the bottom of India to the top of India.
And you said it's 10 horsepower.
10 horsepower. Yep. That's all you got.
And how fast does this junk go?
Oh, probably 30.
Okay.
On a good day, probably 35.
Right, yeah, with like a good stiff tailwind and not going uphill.
Yeah. And there's no route. We're given our tuk-tuk, our rickshaw, and there's no route to it. They say we'll see you on the other side in 28 days. And here you are.
And on top of that, you're doing some like super cool stuff with this. Like your mom unfortunately died too soon from breast cancer.
Yep.
And you were using this as a fundraising trip.
Yeah, I thought about this the last couple. Well, it really hit me in the last couple of weeks. We lost Lizzie Musey. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. She was diagnosed with the same breast cancer my mom had. So that really connected me with her. And unfortunately, it's an incurable breast cancer. There's not enough research on it right now. And, Lizzie, unfortunately lost a battle too. But with that being said, we're raising some money. So if you guys are listen up now. I have started the pot at $2,700. And if I break down in a rickshaw, I will donate $100 to the pot. If we get stuck anywhere, like deep in the mud or on a side road, or we tip it over or whatever, there's another $100 to the pot.
Another $100.
Yep. And anyone that wants to advertise with us, this is a great, and don't take this lightly, please, 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 don't take this lightly. There is a huge opportunity for branding partners. Okay, what I'm about to do has not been widely seen in the United States. So people are going to be engaging in this content. If you want to become a branding partner, slide into my DMs, pledge your amount, and whatever your amount is, up to $20,000, I will match. So if we raise $20,000, I'll put $20,000 on top of that, and we'll donate
$40,000
total dollars to a breast cancer fund / support. When people get cancer, there's a lot of expenses that need to be paid, and we want to lessen that burden on people. So let's raise $20,000. I know there's companies out there listening right now. If you want to pledge into it, slide into my DMs, or hit me up on PayPal, Venmo. Let's reach it. Like I said,
yep. And those are all up on the screen here now. And if you're not tuning in live and you're watching after the fact, all these still work. Find him on Facebook as Daniel Green. Yep. Insta, you are
Danny _diesel02.
Right. And then YouTube, Danny Diesel. Danny _diesel.
Danny Diesel on YouTube.
Got it. Yeah. So I mean, you can donate all those ways. He did mention as well that yes, for if you would like a credit card, you can get he can get you an invoice over. You want to send him a check, ask him for an address that you can mail that to.
And it's all tax write-off. Right. I have a legitimate business that we can flow the money through, so you get your tax advantages to it. But let's hit the $20,000 mark. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this strongly, and I mean it. Everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon when the time arises, and everybody wants to be Lizzie Strong and this and that. Let's be Lizzie Strong now, and let's raise some money for a good cause, because this is an incurable disease currently, and we need to, we need to be Lizzie Strong. We need to be breast cancer awareness strong. So put your money where your mouth is, and this is the way that you can do it. So
no, and that's totally it. It's the same thing as voting with your money. You can use your money for good as well. You can put that into avenues that are going to help you and yours, or people that have been through stuff like you've been through, and no one knows your struggles like you.
Right.
And again, like you said, it's an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is, and tax write-off for everything. And what a cool deal to be able to kind of jump in with that, and again throwing $2,700 of your own dollars in the pot to start.
That's where we're starting.
I know getting to India isn't cheap, and I imagine a Cushman's probably cheap, but staying 2,700 miles along a route where a vehicle goes 30 with a stiff tailwind, you're going to have places to stay. You're going to need to eat. You're going to this is not going to be an inexpensive trip for you. So. Same deal. Throwing your money where your mouth is, and starting with a big chunk of money. You're not like, hey, it's $200. It's $2,700 for $1 for every mile you're going to travel.
Yep.
So,
Dollar
so
for every
that's a
mile,
that's
no
a
travel.
super solid start to that fundraiser. I think that's sweet.
Well, and I'm the type, and Adam, you know me well enough, man. I'm the type of money. Like if I tell you, like I tell you, I'm going to do something, bro. Yeah, that's what it is. And
Like I said, like there
this
were
is it.
times I was like, there ain't no way Daniel's going to do that junk,
Yeah,
and then every single time you just did it, and you proved me
it's
wrong, and so now I believe every single time.
that's the way it has to be. So
Are we back?
yeah,
Yep, we're back.
we're back. So yeah, so India, 2,700 miles in a 10 horsepower Cushman, but there's a catch. Okay, I'm not doing it by myself.
Right?
I am doing
Who
it
you
with
doing it with?
I'm doing it with a complete stranger.
Oh wow.
I've only met him on the internet. His name is Ray. And
Okay.
I've only met him on the internet. I've never heard his voice before. I've seen pictures of him, and we get along on Messenger.
Okay.
He's
And
put his money where his mouth is. He's paid his way to get there. We've booked all of our stuff together, but he's a complete stranger to me and to you guys.
I was going to say, is he a United States guy? Is he an India
Yeah,
guy? I assume with Ray, he's
he's
a
from
United States guy.
he's from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So
And
we
he
have a
just same deal as you. He's just nuts, and he was like, "This
yeah,
sounds
he's
fun.
nuts.
I'll hang
He's
out with
nuts.
you, and we'll go to India and hang out in a." I mean, what do you think the cubic footage is inside of a Cushman? It's got to be
20, 20
oi
cubic feet,
oi
maybe.
oi
Yeah.
oi.
So that's the catch. Is I'm doing this with a complete stranger.
How cool is that?
I've talked to him all collectively probably a couple hours. But we have the same, and that's the thing. We have the same mutual interest of doing the unthinkable. And we're already planning trips to go on after this, and we haven't even done the first one together.
Right, right. Yeah. So you did. You found another complete moron, and you
Yeah,
guys are gonna go. You guys are gonna
yeah,
go yuck it up
worldwide.
together in India in a Cushman, and
Yep,
you're all of a sudden gonna have another brand new friend, as long as he doesn't
right.
chop you up and use your skin as a tent. But
He's actually a traveling nurse, so that's one reason why I
he can
recruited him.
he can keep you alive.
Like that's what he says all the time. I said, "Hey, dude, just keep me alive." And I
Mm-hmm.
already told him like the first conversation we had. I said, "Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now. You and I are going to fist fight. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to fight. But as
Right,
long as we know now that we're going to do it, why not?"
right, and as long as you can hug it out after, like no big deal.
And that's what he
But
said. That's what
there's
he
there's
said.
a
I'm
lot
like,
to be
well,
said for like you got to start as you get older. You got to pick
mm-hmm,
people around you that can see the signs of a stroke, and a
right.
traveling nurse is one of those.
It
That's an
is.
advantage for you for
It
sure.
is. So
Yeah, keep
yeah,
you alive in India. That is
yeah.
going to be sweet, dude. That is going to be so much fun.
Well, I look at it like this. I'm like, okay, you guys in your drag and drive stuff, sometimes you guys get in the car with a complete stranger. What's the difference? We're
It's the
just on the other
same.
side of the world.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Whatever, and you might fist fight someone in the Dragon Drive car too. It might happen.
There's only 20 cubic feet like inside the rickshaw. Like, really, what can go wrong?
Right. I mean, or what could go right. I mean, either way, I'm here for it. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be super cool. This
And
one, you're going to have the
we're doing it for
ability.
a good cause.
Right, right. And on this one, we're going to have the ability to track you in India,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. I will.
So,
I will be posting
what
an
is
online tracker.
what's the website again?
The rickshaw run is what it is.
Rickshaw Run, and it's all on there, I believe. The Adventurist, yes, there.
The
Okay.
adventures. Yep. And their
Yep.
Facebook page is called Rickshaw Run.
Okay. And they have a ton of information on here. So if you want to
Yep.
check it out, you can get a lot of background if you're kind of tuning in now. And again,
Yep.
later down the road, if you want to check it out. There's a ton of info on here. Let me share my screen with it real quick. There it is. Bam. It's right there.
There it is. Yep, the rickshaw run right there. Take
Yeah.
on the world in a glorified lawnmower. What more
Right.
would we want
Exactly.
to do?
Yeah. I mean, what else would you ever want to do? I mean, hang out with these dudes. Like those dudes look
Dude,
like they
look at that.
party.
You can't tell me that don't look fun.
No, that looks like a blast. I can't wait. I'm in, man.
That's like a late night got lost on at the end of the internet on
I've
this
done that
deal.
before. That could have been me. I
Yeah.
mean, I've absolutely done that before. But this is like
Well,
the kind of crap you're going to be driving this 10 horsepower.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is going to be good, man.
Oh yeah. Putting
This
it
is going to
on
be
a
real good.
ferry, putting it on a ferry, getting caught in traffic. Man, doesn't that look like something you'd want to do?
I mean, it looks like something I want to watch you do.
Okay. Let's do it.
And I'm into that. Like and then maybe at some point I'll want to do that. But like for now I'm living vicariously through you, and I think it's awesome because you're doing stuff that a lot of people have only dreamt of doing. And I think I think it's super cool, and I think it's cool that you put it out there for everyone to see. And I think it's fun to get a little taste of you. I mean, literally living the dream. Like a lot of people will tell you they're living the dream, but like, dude, you're living the dream. Like, this is sweet.
I just live my life, man. Like, once you've gone through everything I've gone through in life with people passing away and knowing your timeline isn't very long, and you kind of, you open your eyes and you say, hey, you know what? Life is what you make it, man. And
Yep.
you know as well as I do this, what you've been through in the last 6 months, man, the rug can be pulled under you quick, but you got to get up and you got to go.
In a second. Right. And
Yep.
there ain't unfortunately, no one's coming. They're not coming
Nope.
for you.
Nope.
Like you gotta pick yourself up and you gotta figure it out, and
That's right.
you're gonna get back on top. And that's yeah, dude, I think it's cool. Like I said, I'm here for it. I think it's fun to follow it, and I think it's gonna be fun to bring it to everyone else out there while you can do it.
And that's kind of my purpose right now, is bringing you guys content that's like, wow, like that's cool,
Drink
drink to it. That's
and
cool.
it's like people say out of this world. It's in this world, and that's kind of the bring it full circle kind of moment here is that we're on the earth together. Like we're all doing the same thing, but it's across the world. You just don't know that there's a dude named Bass over building turbo diesel Isuzu pickup trucks because he's an idiot, and doing the same exact crap that we're doing, but they speak a different language. But again, when they let off the gas, they go skoo skoo skoo. We're all on the same team.
Yeah, and you know what though? What's funny is the significant others on the other side of the world think we're just as stupid. They're like, why are these teenage boys messing with these cars?
Spending their money on this stupid junk to beat some dude they never met.
Yep. They're all like, oh my gosh. But we're here at the track supporting them, but we know this is stupid.
Exactly. Like you people are idiots. But like whatever. If that's what you want to do, then we're gonna be we're here for it.
And I can't emphasize enough on the community though. The community of people over there, like it's just wild, man. Like everybody, there's different teams, or they call them garages. There's different garages, but they all like intertwine together. They're all there to support each other in the common, the common goal. So
right. It's cool. It's not unlike motorsports here. It's the second place guy will give you a part off of his car to beat you in the final. That's just how it works. And again, that's kind of what's so cool about the universal language of skoo skoo skoo.
Right.
Is, if we're all making stupid skoo 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 noises,
we're all cool.
We've got that in common, no matter what. And
you know what else? Besides motorsports, you know what else language is universal? Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs bark the same.
Oh yeah.
And bring up a funny story about that. So we're cruising in the Thai boats, right? We're just cruising along in the river, and there's dogs, dude. Thailand, there's dogs everywhere. there's dogs just laying out on the deal. So I was like, I asked Bass, I was like, hey, do you think dogs speak the same language? And he's like, I don't know, try it. So I started barking at the dogs. I started barking at the dogs as I was passing by. Some of them would perk up and get aggressive and start barking back. And I was like, yep, he speaks English.
They speak the same language. Exactly. Exactly.
And some of them were just like, they would just like lay there. They weren't, into it. And I was like, yep,
Right.
You don't speak my language.
Yep. But a handful of them did. And so you knew.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, it was
those
hilarious.
Are the ones.
Cruising on a 600 horsepower canoe, barking at
exactly.
dogs.
As you're zipping along, barking at dogs.
Yep. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I love it, man. I love it. I think we're good. So everyone, pay attention. Here's ways that you can get with Danny to get involved with the breast cancer research donations, and don't forget he's starting with $2,700. Yep. Every time he breaks down, he's putting another 100 in. Every time he gets stuck, he's putting another 100 in. And advertising money, he's going to match $20,000 to
$20,000 of advertising money.
Yep. So make sure that you get with Daniel. He's Daniel Green on Facebook. Everything that I just flashed up as well. He can get you all set up, and he's got the ability to W-9 everything, so it can be perfect as a tax deductible donation. So, so check that out. Make sure you get that done. And dude, like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're back. It was cool to watch your experiences over there and get some recognition over there, and then bring that was bringing its way back here as well. A bunch of high profile dudes were sharing your stuff.
Yeah.
And,
just to tie it all back together.
Yeah, dude.
So unfortunately, there was a diesel accident in Beach Bend last weekend. We lost a Pro Mod car, caught on fire. Johnny Gilbert, he's fine. He's out of the hospital. He's good. The car burnt up. But what's remarkable and what's awesome is there was an outlet in Thailand that picked up the story because I shared it, and they emphasized on how much safety is important in their country.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
We connected the world, bro. We connected the world of motorsports, and we're just spreading the message.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, dude, I can't wait to follow. How many? 40 days?
We're about 40 days away from India.
Yep. So I can't wait to see kind of what you come up with between now and then, to be honest, because I know you're not going to stop. You never stop.
No, we got some things this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be doing some cool stuff with that. But pay attention to that one. Everyone watching, like I said, everywhere to donate is available right here. And you'll look up Daniel, and he'll get you all set up with everything you need to help get joined in on that deal. And dude, I can't wait to watch it happen. And thanks for coming on, and thanks for spreading the international man of mystery of motorsports kind of world here. And hopefully everyone pays attention to what he's got going on, because it's cool stuff. It's groundbreaking, man. And I'm like I said, I'm here for it, and I'm excited to see you kind of breaking down these walls and creating all these these relationships for hopefully me one day can go over there and I get to meet Bass, and
hey dude, we need announcers everywhere. So
I don't speak at the Thai, but
an English announcer, we would need them. We'll need them.
It could happen. It could happen.
Get your passport ready, because we're about to take a flight.
I got it. I always got a passport, baby.
Nice.
I'm ready to go all the time. So
okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna slide into your DM, but hey, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thanks to everyone for tuning in as well. Yes. Thank you for suggesting. Dude, I'm home, but I'm leaving soon. We got a little bit of time.
Absolutely.
And it was cool. I like catching up with you, A, because you're a cool dude, and B, because you're doing some cool stuff, and I'm here for it. And I hope everyone else is. And like I said, if you're watching now, check it out now. If you're watching later, he's 40 days from the 15th. So, in somewhere in the middle of September, you'll be
Let's
or
do it.
beginning of September. You'll be doing your
Beginning of
thing.
September, yep. So
Yep. So
thank
pay
you for
attention to
this.
that, and thank you so much. And like I said, I look forward to catching up via every method we catch up on, because it's always a blast, dude.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, man.
Good night.
Yep. See you.
Bye.